The Prime Initiative.
The majority of us have full-time jobs and maybe some responsibilities at home, like children, pets, significant other, like a wife or a husband, right? So it makes it that much more difficult to have some time to yourself for bodily training or any type of training for that matter, right? The majority of you, like I said, have full-time jobs and or go to school. But when it comes to fitness and health, that should be one of your top priorities. If you're not healthy, if you don't have the physical capabilities or the mental capabilities of dealing with certain things throughout the day, what's the point, right? Health is so important. I mean, that's one of the major things that I keep on regurgitating is how important not only fitness is, mental health, emotional health, you name it. But it all starts with you. It starts with how you allocate your time. So I've talked about this podcast before. Can't Be Broken. Awesome, awesome podcast. You guys should subscribe to it by Caesar Martinez. Caesar is by far one of the most awesome podcast hosts. I love listening to his voice. I gotta say, like his voice is so calming. I keep on saying that, right? I just wanna. Hey Caesar, I want you to just make one episode of you reading the Declaration of Independence, just so I could have it on a loop and go to bed, right? But today we're gonna listen to one of his newest episodes. He has a pretty prestigious guest that I personally know by the name of Miss Monique Lawson. Now, Miss Monique Lawson is a wife, a mom, and has a full time job, and still manages to find the time to train, right? And I know a lot of you guys are like, oh, well, it's not the same, this and that. Well, you know what? Think about it, okay? Just think about it. Look at your resources, look at your time management. Trust me when I tell you, and anyone can attest to this, if you spend just a few minutes a day, wherever you can, doing some form of bodily training, it will change your life. But let's not hear my babble anymore. Let's listen to Miss Monique Lawson here real quick. We're not gonna listen to the full episode. It's obviously an hour and something. We're not gonna steal his fire, but we're gonna listen to a segment of it. Okay?
So before you started this journey with A2F and a personal trainer and getting into, I think you competed several years ago in the fitness bikini competition.
Yes.
You worked out though before. You went to
No.
the gym. No.
No, the only
Okay.
working out I've ever done was, basketball training
Okay.
or track,
Okay.
but no.
So
I had
during
never-
the time that you were raising your kids and having kids and being a mother and all that, you didn't go to the gym. You didn't
I
go to
did
LA
not.
Fitness, Bally's, or whatever was around.
I did not. I was
Okay.
not interested at all. No.
And then after your kids were born, what was the trigger? What do you think, like, said all of a sudden, I need to go to the gym. I need to work out, invest in myself. Like, what was there a point, a low point in your life, something was going on that turned you? Because a lot of the times when people will hit a point where they're like, I'm tired of this.
Mhm.
I'm tired of looking this way. I'm tired of feeling this way. I'm tired of whatever. And they do a whole 360. Was
Yeah.
that something that happened to you that triggered you or?
I think, yes, it did. Being married, having children, not feeling as good as you did, with yourself, having a husband who is in the entertainment industry. He's an actor. He's been in the business for over 30 years. Um, you know, Seeing all these beautiful women and, of course, social media doesn't help at all,
Yeah.
So I'm watching all of this. I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of this, and I was just at a really low point in my life as well. I don't know if it had to do with postpartum and with it, whatever, but
Right.
I just wasn't feeling as beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
and I just want to change all of that. I wanted to be my best. I wanted to do something that no one could take away from me.
Yeah.
I know how men are. I know you guys are visual creatures, and
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that when my husband looked at me, that I was going to be the most beautiful woman that he's ever seen. Not saying that he didn't already think that, but I was going to make sure that I
Yeah.
kept him on his toes.
There was a little bit of
Now, what she just stated pertaining to how she's critical on how her husband looks at her, right? That should be every wife's mentality. Now, wait a minute, wait a minute. You guys are gonna fucking flip your shit, claim harassment, all this shit. I get it, I get it. But the same thing goes for men. You as a husband, I'm talking to the men right now. You as a husband, you as a fucking man, all right? And I'm talking about a man, not some metrosexual little bitch, all right? You should have the same mentality. You should look good, feel good. You should be that masculine man for your wife. Your wife married you for a reason, all right? Make sure you keep up your training. Make sure you keep up your training because you know what? There's other men who are. Oh, yes. That's right. That's a slap of reality right there, boys.
Security then. A little bit of
Absolutely.
security.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you're like, nah, I'm done with this.
Yeah, I was done with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, he would tell me, over and over again, oh, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. I'm like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I have to feel that.
Yeah. And then how was it the first week when you went in there and you were sore? Because a lot of
God.
people will start something, it's just like every year they have these fitness goals or like New Year's resolutions. And I'm going to hit the gym, right? And they say that in 2 to 3 weeks or whatever it is into the journey, they're out. A lot of people are out. But how come you were not out when you decided to make the change?
And I went in there. It was hard as hell. I didn't know what I was doing. I was extremely sore, but I started getting results almost immediately. I started seeing the weight coming off. And I was on a mission, to be honest with you. I was on a mission. One thing about me is whatever I do, I try to do it to its fullest potential. And I have my mind set finally because it really is mental. Being in the gym is not fun. It's not easy. You have to mentally prepare for it first. And I was ready. I had mentally prepared myself for this. And just the group of women, in A2F, they're completely, inspiring. They motivate you.
Yeah.
They're supportive. And I had all of that. I gained another family there at A2F, who saw, great in me.
Yeah.
And it kept me coming. That support alone, it just really kept me going.
Yeah.
Now you see, Miss Monique Lawson actually found this one gym that I've actually promoted before, A2F, Addicted to Fitness in Rancho Cucamonga. Now, if you're at a particular gym and you're not being pushed to your limit, you're at the wrong gym. If you're going to the gym and you feel uncomfortable because everyone are just a bunch of douchebags or assholes, you got this one guy who just keeps on slamming weights or not re-racking his shit and then dogs everyone because he's hopped up on test and trend. Then you got this other bitch over here with her tripod and camera, saying that she's working on her arms, but you could totally see her fucking clit through her yoga pants, right? Look, it is what it is. Not all gyms are equal. Find your gym and get things going. Do it for yourself. It's extremely important. I mean, summer's already here, right? For the most part. I mean, aside from that, aside from the visual aesthetics, working out and fitness is the one gateway to having a beautiful life. All right. Now I know the some of you, in fact, the majority of you who watch this, are first responders or you're in law enforcement. All over the country. The majority of you, though, that I actually associate myself with and talk to on a daily basis are in Los Angeles County. Now, you guys are going through a lot, and you really don't have time. You don't have time to train. You don't have time to work out. You guys don't even have fucking days off. You know, you're in this cesspool of a county at the moment, run by morons, and there's nothing you could do. You guys are stuck. Now, obviously, that's unfortunate, but you have a decision to make. What's more important? What's more important? Something to consider, right? Again, Miss Monique Lawson is just a wife, loving mother, full time job, right? Nothing so grand about her, but that's what makes her grand to begin with, right? It's the simple fact that she finds the time to train. And as of late, she was a bikini model competitor. Okay, that's no easy task. It's no easy task. I mean, you don't have to be training to be in bikini model shape. But I guarantee you, once you start training, working out, and getting, whatever goal you have in mind, you're just gonna blast through that barrier and have a new goal in mind. And it just keeps on going, keeps on going, keeps on going, right? All right, guys. Well, let me know what you think. This is I love this episode. Miss Monique Lawson. Again, the podcast is called "Can't Be Broken." Not too sure if there's a number on the episode here, but it's the latest episode that debuted. I want to say May 9th. Okay, Can't Be Broken. I'll put the if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll put the link in the description below. If you are watching this on Instagram, I'll go ahead and tag the ones that I am referring to. Ms. Monique Lawson has a awesome social media account, or her Instagram account. She goes by the alias of MOT3VATION. And once you take a look at her IG, yeah, you'll definitely be motivated for sure. All right. All right, guys. Until then, keep fighting.
The Prime Initiative.